good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Oh, yeah. Oh, please like and subscribe. Yeah. That good. Yeah. Ha ha.
Good morning. It's 8:10 in the morning. We're approaching Creston. I think we were here like 2 weeks ago that I shot a video going through Creston. I know you guys like it when I drive through town, so I'll drive through town again. It is about the same amount of time as taking the little detour around bypassing town. If you don't get more than 2 red lights or so. I mean, there's not that many red lights. Depends how you hit the red lights. I often use that if I'm following a slow truck and I can't get past them. And I'm like, if I take the bypass, I can beat them by 1 minute or 2 minutes. And if they take the bypass, I'll go through town and hope I luck out and get all green lights and see if I can pass them that way. Especially when going eastbound. We're headed westbound. Yeah, welcome to the Kootenays. Actually, Creston, this is where the Kootenay beer gets brewed. One of you guys mentioned you used to haul the beer out of here, which is kind of cool. So what all happened since yesterday? Oh yeah, I shot video early yesterday. I guess I'm shooting video early today too. So, delivered that load, Old Town, Idaho, and they switched the load on me what I was picking up like 3 different times. I ended up going to Spokane and picking up a load there. Except the load I was supposed to pick up there, a different driver had already picked up, so they had to figure that out, and they go, oh, they loaded the wrong load on the other driver. Had to call the other driver and go, stop going the direction you're going, you're supposed to actually unload over here. So they sent the other driver the wrong way and loaded me the load the other driver was supposed to get. So I delivered in Creston today morning, 6:30 in the morning, my time. Their time was 7:30. Time zone difference right there. And then I got told to head to Creston, Mass Timber. I was going to get a load to salmon. And then they go, wait, you're not going to be able to deliver that load tomorrow, looking at the time. Probably won't deliver till Friday morning. And we don't have a load coming out of there by that time, so that's not going to work. giving that one to a different driver that could load a couple hours earlier than I could and hopefully deliver tomorrow. Then they gave me a different load. But they gave me a load that's meant for a Super B because of the offset. 58 footer is not legally allowed to go down that road. But dispatch caught that before I did. I'm like, I never heard of that place. I'm going to have to Google it. By the time I pulled over Googling it, I got a message. I don't think you can take that load because of your offset. Pulled over, Googled it. I'm like, you are right. I cannot take that load. So I go, okay, head to Kleskoff Lumber. Head down to Lewiston, Idaho. That one seems good. If I were taking the bypass, I would swing a left-hand corner right over here. Swing a left down here. Take Erickson Road. It does go by the beer distillery. Maybe I'll do it sometime. Go down that way instead. Still goes through town, just not through downtown. Quite a few fruit stands here too. Here's an old Ferguson tractor. Oh, first red light. Slow enough. Beat one, but don't beat the other. Oh, let's go, let's go. That wasn't too bad. Beautiful mountains in the background. I looked on the camera. It looks like the roads are decent over Kootenay Pass. Guys were chaining up on them yesterday. But this type of weather, it melts pretty quick. Could be a bunch of black ice up there though too. Guess we'll find out. Tim's Fish and Chips. Too early again. I'm most likely coming through here later on in the day. I'll have to look at the timing of that. I might get myself some fish and chips. Jess would kill me, but I might do it. Jess loves Tim's Fish and Chips. Set of trucks parked there.
Turn left on Highway 3.
so totally speeding. It's still 60 here. It's still 60 here. There's the 80, but it looks like we're slowing down construction or no, street sweeping. And if I had taken the detour bypass on Erickson Road, that's the road we would have come out of here on the left, where they're sweeping. Remember, don't touch your throttle until you've passed the last traffic controller. Most people start speeding up as soon as they're through the construction zone. It's like, no, wait till the last traffic controller and then you can hammer down. Looks like there's more up ahead here. Yeah, there's more here. Only 2 degrees Celsius, but the blue skies are gorgeous. It looks like a pretty day, but it's cold. Which means most likely I will be running into black ice, huh? Looks like they're still setting this one up. Don't see any more people around, and we're down. I guess technically I shouldn't be hammering down until we see a resume speed sign, but often that resume speed sign's not there. This must be the sweeper here. So I always resume speed once I know I'm through the construction zone and I don't see any more traffic controllers or anything like that. Here in BC, we sweep every single highway, sometimes a couple of times. Sweep all the rocks and gravel and sand and everything that was thrown on here over the winter. Sure nice riding motorcycles once they've swept the highways. I'm not sure if the load I'm getting next now is going to be a tarp load or not. If it's not tarp and I'm the first truck to load, I should be able to make it to Lewiston today. If there's a bunch of trucks lined up, which are very likely, to load, and if I have the tarp, which is very likely, there's no way I'll get to Lewiston today. Just have to see, so it's unlikely, but there is a small chance. And a quarter tank of fuel. I'm going to fuel up in Salmo at our home office yard. Save Sutco some money. Basically fueling up out of our own tank. So Sutco pays the retail price. Not the retail price, the bulk price. But my ankle's doing half decent. It still hurts to walk on. I'm limping like crazy, but it's decent. I can put perfect weight on it. I can bend it every single way. It's very stiff and still swollen pretty good. But it's definitely feeling a little bit better than yesterday. So I did take painkiller last night to go to bed, but I didn't take any during the day. And I kept the ankle elevated all night again, so apparently I don't move enough at night that I have to worry about that. As long as I elevate my ankle over a body pillow, I'm gonna have the speed to get it past them. I swear they floored it as soon as they saw a passing lane. What was I talking about? Yeah, my ankle, yeah. Went to bed with my ankle elevated on the body pillow, woke up that way, so it works, I guess. were driving the speed limit, so there's no way I could even pass them there if we wanted to. These short little passing lanes. Now we're coming up to a logging truck. Hopefully we can get past the logging truck on these short passing lanes. Logging truck's moving pretty good though. Make it harder to pass them. Very short passing lane here. Hopefully the RVer goes for it. I don't think we both can, but I'm gonna try. Yep, I think so. Not cooling off as we're climbing. It's a good sign. The roads are dry here. Ish. In the shade they're not dry. So in the shade there could be black ice and get a little higher, but temperature staying above zero.
Those three places spot is right. Like, never selected that ever.
For how much snow we got over here over the weekend, it sure melted quick. Whatever they're saying on the radio, it's starting to get clearer and clearer. But it is obnoxious. Turn it down. Just hit 0 degrees. It's a bit of a longer passing lane. We're doing speed limit now, so there's some snow on the road there. Be careful in the shadows.
Yeah, well, they got a long drive, bro.
Oh, yeah, no, that's right. But yeah, Wednesday is always kind of a back step there in low time.
Those are Soyuz trucks, they do the Grand Forks run?
Yeah, mostly, yeah.
They must be camping out at Grand Forks, eh? Or do you think they're going home?
I have no idea, but that's a long stay there, coming from a Soyuz every day.
Nice trucks, though.
Yep. Yeah, pretty good one. That Forks stuff don't pay that good.
Oh, no?
No. Yeah, it's, I think an extra $200 over to Idaho for some stupid thing there for 7 axle anyway. I don't know, maybe with the 8 axle it might pay, I don't know.
Did they say how much per ton?
No, he didn't tell me that. He said with this truck here, he said you wouldn't even be paying for the fuel it would take.
So those trucks coming from Asuias and then doing a rounder and then buying a hotel room and what have you. Boy, there can't be a lot of money left, eh?
I wouldn't think so, no. No, like I said, though, with the other pocket, you're kind of weight there, right? So, making a little bit there, but, yeah, per meter-wise, you're only paying a little bit more than Kosnikov, like, barely anymore. So it wouldn't pay to do that light spruce, right?
Yeah. That's kind of why I'm doing this here. It's a flat rate. The pulp seems to work okay.
Yeah, well, that's great. That's why I'm doing it. It's, I'm making the same money as you on the same road, eh? But you're pocket one.
They're paying the same rate for a 2-bumper or like the extra bump? Everything's the same rate?
Same rate, yeah. Yeah, we got Sean there with the trains there, and he's knocking way more wood than me, and we're getting the same.
Oh, yeah. Oh, good for you.
Yeah, it was a good gig for me, but yeah, more work for him.
Sounds like you're talking about wood chips and the cost of doing business.
Yeah, we got screwed on that deal last time around out of there, eh? We were getting paid or whatever there on the per meter or whatever, right? Yeah, we were losing money every trip.
Order beer?
That is how it works, you betcha, you got it. Anyways, guys, you have yourself a safe run and a good day, and we will see you tomorrow.
truck. Had a great question from one of you guys. You guys noticed I waved to a lot of the truck drivers. I try to wave whenever I can. Sometimes with the roads like this, like that Sunco truck, I'm like, nope, not taking my hand off the steering wheel. It's too rutted out, holding onto the steering wheel. But anytime there's a 2-lane highway, we pretty much wave to every truck driver, and a large majority of them wave back. A lot of them wave before I even get waving. A lot of the time I'm the one that's waving back to them. So it's a trucker thing, courtesy thing, still wave at each other. Good old days when everybody used to wave at each other. Truckers still all wave at each other. Often bus drivers and emergency vehicles like fire trucks, ambulances, cops, they'll wave as well. And then of course the other thing is motorcycles wave to each other as well. So, see if the truckers and motorcycles still wave to each other. Okay, we'll pull over, do our brake check, and continue down the mountain. Waved. Alright. Wait a minute. What happened here? You can't tell me we're at the same brake check. We're at a brake check, but we're on Bombi. I messed up the video. I pulled into Salmo, fueled up, and copied the memory cards to the computer, and I'm like, oh yeah, kind of forgot I was shooting video there. I had the radio on, and there sure was a lot of cursing on the radio. It was a really, really slow truck going down the hill, and he was empty and just crawling down the road. There must have been something mechanically wrong with that truck. Something was wrong there. And everybody was yelling at him. Poor guy. And now I'm behind another Sutco truck, obviously loaded. I think we get a passing lane here somewhere. We'll zip by him when we have a chance. Yeah, so we're on Bombi Pass. Did I say that already? We're on Bombi. So we were climbing Kootenay and now we're going down Bombi. So we'll do the last 15 minutes of the video over here. Castlegar 18 kilometers. Turning before that, but we'll see if the scale's open. Probably. Okay, here's a passing lane. Looks like we're clear. That's a pretty new looking truck. I guess he's not on Lad 2. For most of the chip guys hang out there. It's like a brand new Kenworth day cab for that driver and his cross shift, or their cross shift. Don't have a lot of women on the highway division, over the road long haul, but the chip division has quite a few. Not a lot there either, but there's a few. So if you're a woman and you're interested in trucking, or if you know anyone that's interested in trucking, we need more women on the highway. It's very much a man's environment. Stutco's a good option. Stutco's super open to diversity. Actively goes out and tries to get diversity in drivers. I don't know what the chip division pays, but on highways, we're getting 78 cents a mile. I think that's right. I'm not getting 78 cents right now because I'm empty, but it's not very long distance I'm empty, so I'm still getting paid by the mile and I'm running way faster, so in the end of the day it really evens out. You get paid a lower rate when you're empty, but you're zooming down the highway too. I'm not crawling up and crawling down as I'm going full speed limit. Unless you catch up with someone that's slow. There's always passing opportunities. You're never stuck behind them for super long. As soon as I get loaded here at Klesnikov, I'll be one of the slow guys. But then I'll be getting paid more too, right? So don't know if it's a tarp load. I don't mind if it's a tarp load. My ankle probably won't like it as much, but ankle's feeling better, like I said, so extra $90 for the tarp load. I'll take the extra $90. Takes me 45 minutes to an hour to tarp, half an hour to untarp, roll everything up, so hour and a half, $90. Yep, I'll take it. I would still rather not tarp, but money's good too. Especially at that rate. What is that, $60 an hour? I mean, it'll take you longer to tarp if you're a rookie, but And there's guys that tarp a lot quicker than me too, so. Castle guard down there. Oh, I see cow tire. I didn't know you could see cow tire from here. That makes sense. Of course you can. Of course, the load I picked up from Central Premix. When I loaded it, all my gauges looked good, but when I crossed the border back into Canada, I lifted the drop axle, and I'm like, uh-oh. I was definitely overweight on the trailer, but light on the truck. So gross, I would have been legal, but per axle grouping, I was definitely overweight on the trailer. It's like, uh-oh, I screwed up. I'm like, well, I screwed up. I got a scale up ahead, and I'll just have to see what happens. The scale was closed. It's almost always open. It was closed. I'm like, whew, I screwed up, and I got away with it. Oh, truck's pulling out of the scale, so it's open. Yep, sign says open.
Take the exit off the road.
I'm empty, so I don't have to go over the actual scale, but I've still got to loop around, which is that's the worst part of it, having to slow down, stop, pull over, and loop around. Looks like a chip truck there. I see nobody in the office. I think he's here inspecting the logging truck. wasn't too bad. Match our speed with those cars there. Yep, we'll go right in that gap. Works out pretty good. I like it when things go nice and smooth. That scale is kind of hard sometimes where you get stuck there for a while.
Continue on Highway 3A.
Well, guys, 6 degrees Celsius here. Might just turn out to be a beautiful day. I'll get her loaded up and we'll head down to back to Idaho, which means I have to go over Kootenay Pass a second time, I believe. Most likely I'm crossing Eastport, Kings Gate, border crossing. So I'll see you tomorrow. We'll be down in the US somewhere. Thank you guys for watching. I am out of here. You guys rock.
This video is brought to you in part by the letter C and these YouTube members. Cookie starts with C. What other things start with C? Oh, who cares what other things? C is for cookie, and that's good enough for me. Thanks for watching. I'm done.
Thank you.